commitment encompasses? What is everything? What aspect
What will you do when you get lonely? No one waiting by your side. You keep running and hiding much too long. You know it's just your foolish pride. Layla, got me on my knees, Layla. I'm begging, darling, please, Layla. Darling, won't you ease my worry mind? I tried to give you consolation when your old man let you down. Like a fool, I fell in love with you. You turned my world upside down. Layla, got me on my knees, Layla. I'm begging, darling, please, Layla. Darling, won't you ease my worry mind? Layla, you got me on my knees, Layla. I'm begging, darling, please, Layla. Darling, won't you ease my worry mind? I tried to give you consolation before your man let you down. Please don't tell me we will never find a way. Tell me all my love is in vain. Layla, got me on my knees, Layla. All right, I'm begging, darling, please, Layla. Darling, won't you ease my worry mind? All right, Layla, begging, darling, please, Layla. Down on my knees, Layla. Thank you very much. Darling, won't you ease my worry mind?
Oh, King Fudge in the house! King Fudge in the house. If you are a weekend dealer, then you will know King Fudge. If you are a weekend dealer, I repeat, you will know King Fudge. Okay, it is our favorite weekend show, and today it's all about love. Love is a beautiful thing, and like every other aspect of human endeavor, love too has evolved. It requires commitment, faithfulness, and sometimes culminating in vows.
Indeed, Patience, so well said. Commitment and relationships are such a big thing, and when one partner breaks their vows, it can be challenging to navigate the aftermath, which encompasses the impact on relationships and the difficult decisions that both parties have to make afterwards.
Okay, so these days, Thelma, these days people find it so easy to walk away from love and commitment made to a partner. What's going on? What has changed? What is making it so difficult for people to stay true? What has changed?
A lot has changed, obviously, hence we're having this discourse. Is the big elephant in so many rooms, and not just in Nigeria. Many of us have been there, perhaps not the parties that really matter, but we have been there on the periphery, on the fringes of such relationships, and we know how breaking vows can challenge and stunt loyalty and devotion. We ask you, walk into this weekend deal studio with us, and there are so many ways you can be a part of the show. Join us on our social media handles, TikTok and Instagram. I know you go there. Watch Weekend Deal there at NTA Network. My name is Thelma. I warmly welcome you to Weekend Deal today as we focus on modern love and Patience will tell you the other part of it.
Broken vows. Why are so many relationships struggling in our modern digital, fast-paced world? What is making it so difficult for people to commit? We'll be answering these questions and more. I am Patience Eloy Abba, and this is your favorite weekend show coming to you from the network service of the NTA. We are also streaming live on YouTube at NTA Live. It is time for us to go over to the newsroom for the news highlights.
Good morning, Nigerians. Morning, Salman Patience. Here is the morning news. Nigeria is deepening collaboration with Japan to build strategic partnership and mobilize funding for upgrade and expansion of power transmission infrastructure in the country. This is coming as the Federal Executive Council recently approved counterpart funding for 19 billion naira to catalyze loan funding for $238 million from the Japan International Cooperation Agency, JICA. The loan funding will support the expansion of the national grid with construction of more than 200 kilometers of new double-circuit transmission lines and substations. Now, in another bold move that seeks to further ignite the economic landscape of southwest Nigeria, the Office of the Sustainable Development Goals, in partnership with Renewed Hope Initiative, has presented empowerment items to about 3,500 women in the zone. Nigeria's First Lady, Oluremi Tinubu, flagged off the exercise for the region with the empowerment of 1,000 beneficiaries in Lagos State. State House correspondent Adini Taiwo reports.
Sustainable Development Goals 1, 5 and 8 are all in focus as the Office of the Senior Special Assistant to the President on SDGs, in partnership with Renewed Hope Initiative and matching support from the state government, lined up empowerment items, including deep chest freezers, gas cookers with oven, industrial grinding machines, and generating sets as objects of hope to be distributed to 1,000 beneficiaries in the state.
The empowerment of women in all spheres of life is central to achieving the SDGs, especially SDG 5 on achieving gender equality and empower all women and girls, and SDG 8 on decent work and economic growth. This program aligns with the Renewed Hope agenda of His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, which prioritizes inclusivity, economic growth, and sustainable development to all Nigerians, particularly women's economic empowerment. So the beneficiaries of this empowerment program, let these items serve as a foundation for creating a better life for yourselves and your families.
It's far more than the distribution of support. It is sowing the seed that will grow into forests of possibility. We will equally ensure that this initiative is supported with structures to help that through this skills development, mentorship program will push and the leakages will be wider, will create a wider opportunity.
Providing women with access to resources, skills, and opportunity, they can become economically self-reliant, contributing to the development of their household and influence decision-making within their communities.
The intervention, which held simultaneously in all the 6 states in the Southwest Zone, targets a total of 18,500 women across the country, 500 each from the states. In Lagos, Adeni Itaiwo, NTA News.
In talking education now, the Universal Basic Education Commission, UBEC, has pledged to incorporate the Lumina 2030 into its operations, work plans, and budgets. It also assured that it will align its operations with state Universal Basic Education Boards, SUBEBs, frameworks to guarantee the program's ownership and delivery. This was at the official handover of Lumina 2030 to the Commission. Launched by the Federal Ministry of Education in March 2025, Lumina is a flagship program designed to empower 1 million underserved Nigerian girls with education, vocational training, and community support. Incorporating Lumina 2030 will strengthen the Commission's ongoing efforts to reduce the number of out-of-school children and improve learning outcomes, especially for girls in rural and low-income communities.
UBEC takes full responsibility for sustaining and strengthening the initiative. Although the implementation is now housed with UBEC, it must be emphasized that the Federal Ministry of Education and the Lumina committees remain central to this journey. Their continued policy oversight, technical guidance, and strategic direction will be critical in ensuring that Lumina 2030 stays aligned with the National Vision for Education and Sustainable Development Goal 4.
It is expected that UBEC will integrate Lumina into its annual work plan and budget and strengthen the collaboration with Federal Ministry of Education, ensure transparency, accountability for progress, patronize state level capacity building to ensure full ownership for the initiative.
Start. Lumina is being implemented across 12 pilot states across the 6 geopolitical zones with plans for national scale-up by 2030. And the governors elected on the platform of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, reaffirmed their commitment to repositioning the party ahead of the 2027 general election. This forms part of major outcomes of the Governors Forum meeting held in Gusau, Zamfara State. Jamilu Ibrahim has more.
These are the governors elected on the platform of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, holding their forums meeting for the first time in Zamfara State. The meeting held at the Government House Gusau largely deliberated on party affairs and some national issues.
Commitment to the resolution of the 101st National NEC meeting of July 25th regarding the November 15 National Convention. It urges members to resist all attempts to derail the convention by anti-party forces, but condemns the continued monstrous killings in Katsina, Plateau, Niger, Benue State, and other parts of the country.
The meeting was attended by governors of Bauchi, Zamfara, Taraba, Adamawa, Oshun, Bayelsa, and Oyo states, the PDP acting national chairman, the forum's director general, and some members of the party board of trustees were also in attendance. In Gusau, Jamilu Ibrahim, NTA News.
And talking electoral matters, more than 500,000 Nigerians have pre-registered online for the continuous voter registration exercise within the first 5 days of its resumption. INEC National Commissioner disclosed this during the official flag-off of the nationwide sensitization campaign in Abuja. Kenechukwu Ojuyenum reports.
The roadshow and sensitization are part of INEC's efforts to ensure a credible and inclusive electoral process. From the streets of Maitama to Gariki down to Wuse and other major streets, staff of the commission took time to educate residents on the process for the online pre-registration phase while distributing handbills and flyers. INEC staff readily provided answers to questions from residents.
As part of efforts to deliver on our mandate to conduct free, fair, credible and inclusive elections, the commencement of the CVR exercise highlights a significant step in our effort to strengthen Nigeria's democracy.
The in-person registration will commence at INEC offices nationwide from 25th of August 2025. The first phase runs until December 2025, with the second phase scheduled from January to the 30th and the third phase in August 2026.
From the 25th, people will be attended to in our offices nationwide, the 36 states and the FCT and the 774 local government offices of INEC. From 9 o'clock to 3 p.m.
The Commission seized the opportunity to also call on political parties, civil society groups and the media to support the exercise by creating awareness among Nigerians, noting that the permanent voter card remains the gateway to strengthening democracy and ensuring people's voices are heard at the polls. In Abuja, Kanachiko Ojuyenum, NTA News.
And the Federal Ministry of Environment, in its latest flood prediction, says 29 communities in Benue, Borno, Gombe, Kebbi, Nasarawa and Yobe states are likely to experience flooding as a result of rising water levels of River Niger between today and tomorrow. Director, Erosion, Flood and Coastal Zone Management Department, Federal Ministry of Environment, Usman Abdullah Bokani, advised communities on floodplain from Jeba to Lokoja to vacate to higher plains. And that's the news this morning. We'll take a short break, but don't go away. Weekend Deal continues with Thelma and Patience right after.
Heaven and earth will pass away. Night and day go pass away. All the handsome men will pass away. Beautiful women will pass away. The spirit of love will never go away. The spirit of love will always be the same. Crude oil will pass away. Diamond and gold will pass away. All the rich men will pass away. All the rich women will pass away. But the spirit of love will never go away. The spirit of love will always be the same. I said, Mama, 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 yo. Mama, 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 yo. I try to make it, I can't make it. I try to fix this marriage, but I can't fix it. Yes, I know my faith will lead me through. But I know my faith will see me through. Slowly. Forgiveness is the secret. One day everything will pass away. Both the marriage, both the house, both the person, the man, the woman, everything will pass away. Thank you very much. Weekend Deal. This is Weekend Deal.
That's right. That's right. Let's give it up once again for King Fad, the prolific virtuoso.
Thank you very much.
He's the man with the guitar, and he strums it in a very unique and special way.
It is.
Today, our focus is on modern love. And finish it for me.
Broken vows.
Broken vows. And that seems to be a recurring decimal worldwide. But let's bring it home to Nigeria, our country. We told you earlier, and it's a fact, that commitment encompasses loyalty, trust, and devotion. And when a partner breaks their vows, it can be challenging to navigate the aftermath, which encompassing fixing that special, unique relationship and also going back to where you took off from. Is it possible to get back? Well, NTA Bouch has been doing their research, and they are itching to walk right into this conversation. Their focus is on the rise of divorce cases in Nigeria. Are divorce cases really on the rise?
Oh, yes. People are finding it easier to walk away. Is love no longer blind?
He says crude oil will pass away. NTA Bouch, take it from here.
Marriage is a union that blooms into a beautiful life of peace, comfort, and togetherness as a family. In most parts of the world, a family is not just a unit, but a source of identity, security, and culture, which needs to be guided. It has become worrisome how these days marriages are at the verge of losing its essence, resulting to divorce.
There are some cases that a woman enter into a marriage and she realized that the husband cannot take care of her. She ended up taking care of herself and her children, and even the husbands. She just suddenly she might decide that she's no longer interested in the marriage. Since she's the one taking care of herself, she cannot add another burden on herself. She might end up asking court to separate them. Some women go to the length of giving back their bride prices to the husband to just free themselves from the bondage of the marriage.
But I can tell you for a fact that this year alone, me personally, I have handled about 7 divorce cases, and we're just in August. In fact, I've concluded 4. I'm still handling a number of divorce cases. And some of the reasons for this divorce boils down to expectations. Most of the cases I handle actually boils down to expectations of one partner against what the other partner can or cannot do. Divorce should actually be the last thing a partner will resort to end your marriage or to get your entitlement or protect your rights. That is why some lawyers are calling for policies, laws that will establish or reinforce multi-door court houses and ADR avenues, places where a wife can go and ventilate her grievance without prejudice from the husband or his family.
With the increase in the rate of divorce, many families or homes have been broken, affecting the couples, children, and the entire community.
The commonest factor that leads to divorce is lack of knowledge, ignorance of what the marriage entails. People take marriage for granted and they think, okay, what is happening before marriage will continue even after marriage. So many couples find that what happened before during courtship is entirely different from the marital lifestyle. Also from there, I see several things here and there coming up, which if there's no patience, there's no perseverance, there's no understanding, the end will be divorce.
Divorce is a painful experience, while others see it as freedom from the chains of a violent marriage.
I was married with my husband for like 10 years. We had 3 children and the rest. So as things are going on, things were becoming hard. He doesn't take his responsibilities, paying school fees, feeding, and then house rent. I was working then. I'm kind of supporting him in some ways and the other. But things were becoming more harder and harder, and which even led to the divorce. So after the divorce, I had to live with my children. We left him. I had to rent a house, apartment where we'll stay. So, but still, he doesn't support. I'm still the one that is taking care of my children. Because of the children, my wali and they had to come together so that they'll see what they can do to reconcile us. But it still failed.
Understanding the root causes of divorce is essential to building a strong and lasting marriage.
Welcome. Thank you so much, NTA Bauchi. That was beautiful. Love has always been at the heart of human connections. Love is as old as humans themselves. But dating in this modern world is quite challenging. So many challenges. There's text messaging, there is social media, there is tattoos, so many things that people in love now have to contend with. Now, joining the conversation is NTA Kaduna. NTA Kaduna, take it away.
Marriage in Nigeria is not just a union of two individuals, but a profound celebration that binds families and cultures. Marked with several processes, these rituals, mainly influenced by culture and religion, have evolved remarkably over time.
There are so many things that have been changed in our traditional marriages. First and foremost, the weddings. More especially the white groom gown, which is not incorporated with the intentions of the traditional marriage. In this, we don't much put dowries too much. But now we see some people giving millions of money, millions of so many valuable things. Some families are taking almost 30, 50, 15 boxes just to get the hand of a bride.
In northern Nigeria, weddings are grand affairs that showcase cultural heritage and community ties. How do the traditional ceremonies and expectations contrast with modern pressures on marriages?
What we are experiencing is actually a number of days wedding ceremony where we have what we call at the beginning. Usually now we have what we call call it traditional day. Usually this traditional day is set aside whereby traditional activities will be done, not actually the real marriage, but then again it's a celebration traditionally that is used to be done usually in a place and money will be spent. Then we have also what we have the kamu, which before they used to do it, but the kamu of before usually is what we call mostly yin and biki. People would just go and celebrate with the family of the bride and the groom in their houses, where they will just spend few times together, eat together, and then advise the couples on how to live together. But today what we are having is we are having a very expensive as arrangement where a hall will be now set, a decoration will be done, wedding dresses have been changed into actually Western dresses where you see a woman now dressing differently and then a different clothes for the bride and the groom so that they'll be able to do what we call a kamu. This celebration is actually a show of strength, a show of wealth.
Weddings serves as markers of identity, status, and community celebration. How do they impact the actual marital commitment after the ceremony?
Actually, today the fanfare of the celebration is actually overhyped, and I think most couples today are living for the fanfare of the marriage, not actually the commitment part. This has little or no impact in the commitment of marriage because in the long run, what actually defines marriage is the commitment you are able to put in terms of love, in terms of selflessness, in terms of support, and in terms of willing to make sacrifice.
The high cost of wedding nowadays can create pressure on couples to prioritize ways to navigate traditional and cultural practices while minimizing unnecessary costs.
I think people should be able to live within their means. This is one very important thing. We shouldn't be willing and able to import things that are foreign to us and also try to make them a customs and culture. In most cases, try to make them compulsory to ourselves. To do that, I think we need to go back to a marriage that is before. We need to try as much as we can to live like our parents have done in terms of their marriage solemnization, celebration, and other activities.
Don't look at others. Look at your own situation. Discuss with your to-be, because you have to agree with each other. What are we going to do? This is my strength. Don't hide it. If you hide it, you will borrow. And when you start with borrowing, it's very hard for you to recover.
It is easy for couples to get carried away by the glitz and glam associated with modern marriages. However, it is advised they stay focused on the marital commitment.
Wow, wow, that took us far back into history, into ancestry, and brought us back to the time that we are today. I've heard some seasoned marriage advocates say that many couples sometimes spend so much time on the wedding and forget to plan for the marriage. Some have said that it's all about misaligned priorities or goals and objectives. But we do know that it's not one shoe size that fits all. Good evening, we have experts in the house who will help us navigate this very intricate path. And one of our guests is Mr. Andrew Essien. Mr. Andrew Essien is a writer, a communicator, and a social development advocate. And he excitedly delves into matters of governance, media, and community development. His profile is next.
You're welcome to Weekend Deal. Were they admiring you and Madame? I was like, that was a good one. Madame looking all steezed up like her husband. Okay, so Mr. Essien is not alone. We have Sheikh Mohammed Nuru Khalid. He is the founder, Islamic Research and Dawal Foundation. Let's see his profile.
Sheikh Khalid, you're welcome to Weekend Deal.
Thank you.
It's great.
Yes.
Thank you for coming. And of course, you've seen our prolific virtuoso, King Faj himself. King Faj, always great to have you on our show.
Thank you very much.
Okay, are we going to take King Faj's profile?
Yes.
Okay, here it comes. Okay, then.
All right. You're welcome once again, King Faj, to the world. Okay, so let's get this conversation started, and I'll start with Mr. Essien. Okay, so if you watched the beginning of the show, we established the fact that these days, divorces are quick. Those days where they break your heart, you are crying for 3 days, and listen, it must have been love. They break hearts now, people just write, new me, new king, new me, I love the woman I'm becoming. Yeah. Why is it so? Is it that love is no longer like an axe, no longer blind, or women are more aware of themselves and are ready to walk out once it's not the deal that they signed for?
Unfortunately, I am of the opinion that over the years, there's been so much concentration of training the girl child. We train women, girls from young age, from tender age, how to become wives, how to become mothers, how to stay at home, how to, essentially take care of the home and become a woman. And my question has always been, over the years, who has trained the man? Who has trained the boy? We have, unfortunately, boys who have unhealthy expectations about marriage, untrained. You find boys who are glorified children going into marriage, which is terribly unfortunate. That's my perception. And you have men who are not prepared for the institution. I'm not saying that the buck stops with the men, but I think that in my generation now, unfortunately, I got married quite early. But what I see these days are people who, both the male and the female, going into this institution and having unrealistic expectations, and having been informed by social media, expectations of the fly and high life. And so if you bring a man who cannot show vision, has a big television but has a little vision, then there's a problem. This is what you see these days. You see in homes where there's big television, but the man cannot. There's nothing driving him. And if you find that it's a precipice for disaster, when a man cannot give focus. And for the Christian, the woman is the helpmeet. Now, my simple explanation is that if somebody is a helpmeet to you, it means that, for example, I want to take this table. I can't carry it alone. I don't have the strength.
You need help.
I will need somebody who has equal to my strength or above my strength. And so this idea that the woman is the weaker sex, it's challengeable. You have somebody who, if a plane is flying with one engine, there's tendency, if it goes far, it will crash. It needs two engines.
Absolutely.
And that's the problem. Men who are not safe, men who are not secure, young men of these days who are not safe, who are not secure in themselves. I have a wife who is very, very, how do I put it? She's in charge.
She's secure.
She's secure in herself.
She has her confidence.
Yes, so she knows what she wants to do.
But my question to you was, yes, men are that way, but in those days, women used to endure.
Yes.
Why is that these days women have almost, you see women walking away? Is it that we are more aware now, or things have changed?
It goes back to the point I said. We have men who have unrealistic expectations.
So the women just...
So women now are aware, educated, and secure in themselves, goal-getters. And if you think you can muzzle somebody's child and just put her behind, there's a revolt. There's a little she can take. And when pushed to the wall, she can be submissive the first, second, third year, where the love and the infantile fantasies are flowing through your veins. But when the brick hits the wall, she will turn. And by the time the woman turns, it becomes something else.
Okay, thank you very much. Wow, that was deep. That is deep. We have spoken here sometimes about training the females. Many homes focused on that for a long time. I think we're gradually changing the narrative. But let me remind our viewers that this conversation is for all of us. Please continue to watch us on our social media handles, TikTok and Instagram at NTA Network, and on YouTube at NTA Live. We are also on all NTA stations nationwide, and we are waiting to receive your messages to know about your experience and your situational preferences. Our experts will guide and continue to channel our conversation. Sheikh Khalid, let's hear from you.
Okay.
Patience already expertly put it that it's like the patience for many women is at an all-time low. And we had Mr. Andrew Essien talk about successful, educated, enlightened. We also do know now that some women have left their homes with nothing, just the clothes on their back, 5,000 in their account, 3 children handheld, even not knowing where they are going. And in spite of all the advice from ancestors and elders and extended family, they chose to walk. Why is the center not holding anymore? In times past, elders will gather a couple and they would listen. Go back in. The woman will just walk right back in. Now you're telling her to walk in, she's walking out. Or he is walking out.
Well, I think there are many factors. Chief about them is that women are now into a new dimension of life. They have acquired education more than before. They are civilized more than before. They know much about what it takes to be a woman and how to become a mother, or what makes a mother. And the other dimension is that some women are being deceived by the contemporary social media changes that we are seeing in our society. They have been taken away from the true woman, becoming something else. She will not do her duty at home, busy working with the phone, leaving her duty at home. That is one of the dimensions. And the other dimension is that men are marrying without knowing what is their duty, what takes to be a husband. It is not a husband who is irresponsible about his duty as the leader of the home. You cannot lead a home without knowing what is your duty, without spending your time, your energy, and your resources on the woman or on the family. Some men think that it is just to be an ogre in the house, give orders, do what you want, without necessarily looking at the emotion of the woman, respecting her own feelings, and calling her attention to order in a respectful way. When there is no respect in a home, it's not more a home. You know, women are complementary to men, and men are also complementary to women. We complement one another by doing the right thing, by keeping on to our duties. We have shared responsibility in the home, and we have personal responsibility. Shared responsibility, that love, that intimacy, that respect, and that care, it is a shared responsibility. Some expect to only receive. A woman that expects to receive respect from her husband without giving, it is a two-way traffic.
Yes.
You give what you take.
Yes, sir.
So you have to, we have to start training our younger ones to understand what marriage is all about. It's not that ceremony. It's not only the celebration. Most importantly, it's a life.
Yes.
We don't marry to divorce. We don't marry to keep apart. What we marry to come closer to one another, take the responsibility of helping one another to complement the needs of the house. One of the factors is breeding children. Some problems start when there are children because no one take responsibility. The woman thinks that, well, it is the duty of the father to take care of the child, to make him a man. It is, and some men think that it is the absolute duty of the woman. She is the one to take care of the children. He has nothing to do. Another factor is the changes that we are seeing in economy. It is a very big factor. People now, the hardship in the society make people to, well, I have done my best. Why will you worry me? And the woman will say, do you expect me to feed the home? Am I the head of the home? So these kind of things are also a factor that we need to address. When you provide your own means, you did your best, at least you have to be kind of polite. You speak in a good manner to a woman that, look, madam, I know you are suffering in my, but this is how I. So we need to know how to do it, and the woman will also supposed to understand that this is a situation. My man is doing his best. So the understanding is no more there how it's supposed to be.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. That was a great insight, Sheikh. That was a great insight. Before we go to King Faj, I want to sit up to Mr. Asian. Can we go back to the very beginning? In those days when toasting was a thing, when a man would chase a woman properly, in the digital age, you connect on Facebook or something, and then you hear talking stage. And before you know it, a relationship or a situationship has emerged, and some go ahead to get married. Do you think that men are not actually chasing women and suffering to chase? Maybe 6 months they are still toasting you. Way back, that's what used to be. These days is, can I have your number, please? Do you think that's why it's even easy for people to just walk away from it? They didn't suffer to get.
Well, my thought is that the very idea of courtship has been missed. My point is not that you keep a woman for 4 years or 3 years, saying you are courting her and make her Lord of the Rings. So that's not it. But the idea of courtship is that both of you will get to discuss. What do they discuss when you begin to court? I think that's where the problem is. That our age, I don't know about Sheikh, but our age, unfortunately, getting into what do you discuss? They get, like you said, get to see you on Facebook and all made up, all looking good, and you think that is how life is. When the makeup and everything goes off, and when the guy is not dressing well, then everything changes. I think that period, we have forgotten what courtship is.
Yes.
That period of wooing the lady is about
the lady. That's the word.
getting to understand who she is, and in turn, she understands who you are. Being truthful to who you are. And for instance, she says you say you like Coke, she says she likes Coke too, and both of you think it's a matchmaking in heaven.
Coke.
You like this,
soda,
I like this.
I like soda, I like soda.
At that period of courtship, I should be frank to tell you, this is what I like. You should be frank to tell me, this is what I like. Can we meet
honesty.
Honesty, keeping it real.
The whirlwind is just, somebody said, I can't remember who, but I think I subscribe to it, that the phrase watch and pray, that you pray with one eye closed and another open. So I subscribe to that period of wooing. That we had before.
Yes.
A period where you begin to understand who she is, understand her background. She also understands who you are, understands your background, and then you come to a melting pot where, okay, I like this, I don't like this, she likes this. That's the period. And when that is successfully done, we now know that we can stay together. Yeah. We now know that we can live together and we can tolerate each other. I know it's a work in progress.
Yes.
It's not you can't just get to the end point, but we begin from there and we begin to understand that this is where we're headed, and we move from there.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Essien. Thank you for taking us to what it used to be. If we go back to our childhood, most of us will weep at what we see now. Yes. The man is impatient, the woman is even impatient. Yes. And for many women, no money, don't even stand near my doorstep. Money has become a predetermining factor. I'm going to ask King Faj 1 or 2 questions because he has a first-hand experience. But our messages are coming in. If you will permit me, let's hear what Nigerians have to say to nourish our convo. Tosin from Oshun says, my last experience with my ex is still damaging my life till today. We did everything together, God bless us. But the pastors and friends kept telling her she needs a billionaire. So she went on and planned with evildoers to kick me out with charm. Even out of the shop and the business that we both run. I haven't healed. till today.
Wow, that's
And
so
another one.
sad.
I have 4 children and 1 wife. Things are very challenging. My wife did her best, but she couldn't bear it. And she eventually filed for divorce. What is the view of Islam? Bello. So our sheikh will speak to that. Boluwatife from Ondo State says, good morning, ladies and the great gentleman. Please, what if the husband is not responsible or responsive? Boluwatife from Ondo. I don't know. Maybe I let King Faj talk, or do I let Sheikh answer? King Faj, where is the role? Can someone miss their help me the first time? Where is the role of premarital counseling? Did you and your ex go for counseling?
Thank you very much. You see, the mistake is from the beginning. Most of us, we've turned our real wives into girlfriends. And now girlfriends into wives. You turn your girlfriend or your boyfriend into wives and your wives
Into girlfriends.
Yes, because at some time now, I'd like a woman who is tall, fair, blonde
The
hair.
specs are coming in.
Not really blonde, though.
Anyhow you want
Caucasian hair.
anyhow you want color. And now, every girl I met along the line then, I was living in Sheraton. I was staying there as a musician. And now, all those specs of ladies, they don't like me. Now, I said, what is happening? You see now, if you don't marry your friend, there is a problem. You must marry your friend. But because your friend now, she's not so beautiful, so you can't take her to functions. Or she's not well educated, she can't speak in public. You see different kind of, this kind of woman, when you not go to school, when you get a PhD, now you go marry this kind of woman. And from there, things start, you see.
But did you have premarital counseling? Did you go to church or to the mosque?
By who now?
Okay.
So most of the counselors are not even married. So now when counselor is not married, which counsel is he going to give?
Forgive me, I couldn't just hold it.
You understand me? So
yes.
once I want to go check, even the clergymen and everybody and everybody, the good, the bad, and the ugly, everybody have their own experience in their own home. Yeah. Okay. Nobody will tell you how it's feeling in his own home.
But what eventually made you guys walk apart?
Yes.
Till date that you never reconciled?
Yes, you see, the issue is that since the one you met her or she met you, the red flag is always there. But you not see that because, I love her, he loves me, he's tall, he's handsome, the broad shoulders, if you wear suit, if you wear this, then now, you start, why are you laughing?
Oh, goodness.
You see
because you are describing every woman's specification.
Yes. Now, the major problem is that every woman you see wants the success of her husband. Either she's bad, it's good, or she wants the man first to succeed. Then she will answer the lady of the house. Yes, then after, if she likes, she can kick him out. But at first, the first goal is for him to succeed.
Yes, sir.
I
understand.
Now, ladies now, I think that they program you as, okay, this guy has prospects. In the next 5-6 years, he's going to blow. He's going to make money. He read mechanical engineering. He's going to work at NPC. So from there, after the first year, he graduated and this way every day. Okay, they gathered money and married. Now she's counting. Year 2 now.
Nothing.
No work yet, nothing. And she's counting in 5 years. I'm supposed to be able, because women are the best planners. I tell anybody, if you say you want to take care of house, you are just suffering yourself. Give her the key of the house. Tell her, madam, you are in charge of everything. Hand over to her. Everything will be. But when you want to be dragging kitchen with your wife or house with your wife, then you've missed it.
You have issues.
You understand me? So the women now have a projection that in 6 years, this man is going to make it. And if 4 years,
doesn't
this
make
guy
it.
has not made it.
Okay.
They become impatient.
Yes, they say, okay, now but what are you doing with this guy now? This guy is not up to standard now. But you, Kuma, but Sisi, I know you now. So, you know, then now people now will
So,
be showing.
so pressure, peer pressure.
Yes, and
also
parents
comes in.
and parents also. They force their children. What are you still doing at home? You had better have married. This one, she said, okay, told me I'll just find anybody come. Whether he's a thief or she doesn't want to know. So pretend that's why now we have a contract married. We're going to marry for 2 years. Just for my parents, so that I can gain inheritance for my parents. If not, my father would not release the will that everything they said after I get married.
Wow.
I will be licensed to own the 100 million or 50 million or 30 million. So, you know, so there are different advices.
So many.
But more than now, the social media has killed everything. Has killed everything. Has killed everything. On social media, you see? Did you see the club girls again on the road? No. The houses. Hook up, you throw hook.
Catch.
Then you start fishing. So.
Thank you so much. That was elaborate and that was real, coming from a place of experience. Thank you so much, King Faj. Okay, Sheikh. How is there
somebody asked Sheikh a question.
Okay, yes,
maybe
please,
can also answer
please,
that.
Can you just answer that then?
Okay.
I'm sorry about that.
Do you recall the question?
Yeah,
No,
he
you
said,
repeat it, please.
The Bello man, who said?
Yes, he said the wife divorced him and all of that. Okay. There are quite a number. He has 4 children with his wife, but things are very difficult. Maybe he's not working or his business is not yielding. And he's also saying the wife did her best. He alludes that one to her. She tried. He said, but in the end, she couldn't bear it. And she has filed for divorce. That what is the view of Islam? Bello. Well, Bello didn't tell us where he's reaching us from, but they have 4 children together.
Well,
and he has just one wife.
The judge has to view the magnitude of the effect of what the woman is complaining about. He will invite them for reconciliation if there is room for that, if the effect is bearable for the woman. Because it is not good for her to leave behind 4 children and start a new life over there. Her mind will be divided into 2. One will be with her and the other one will be with the children. And the minds of the children will be destroyed because they will not be in 2 homes. They have to live in one. And when living with the father, they are now losing that affection of the mother, that affection of the mother, that love, that care that their mother is supposed to be giving them. They will be seeing their mates getting that good life of complaining to their mother, seeking advice from their mother, enjoying that motherlyhood of their mother. If the children are with the mother, they equally lost the care of the father. They don't have somebody to go and look at, Daddy, this is my problem. So that is why it is important to have reconciliation after a problem in the home. And that will be done by maybe the judge or a clergy in the mosque or in the church, or the parents, the in-laws of the couple. In this case, in this peculiar case, the problem is that the man cannot provide. That is the problem. So how do you expect a woman to live with a man that she cannot get feeding from? If she has a means that will help her to provide for herself, and she thinks that she will endure, it is good for her to endure. But if she cannot, you cannot force her to live in a condition where it's unbearable. If it is bearable, we advise her to be patient and to endure. But if it is unbearable, you cannot force her.
Amazing, you've said it, you've balanced it up so well. I don't know if Mrs. Bello is watching us, but for the sake of the 4 children, they need their mother and their father, except the father is abusive, or the father is doing something
It's
outside.
the man that sent the message.
Yeah, so if Mr. Bello is not abusive, please, who knows? I mean, these things change. Who knows? Fortune can change and they can become rich tomorrow. For the children, they need their mother and their father. Wow, that was very, very emotional for me listening to that. I thought that was very deep. Okay, Mr. Essien, whether we like it or not, these days, trust break a whole lot.
Yeah.
And then Gen Z mothers or young wife will tell you, my deal breaker is this. They have so many deal breakers. They're not even ready to compromise. Then when there's a break of trust, in the relationship, is there life after that? Can you rebuild trust? Is it rebuildable?
That's a very interesting concept. Often people say that trust is like a glass. Once broken, it's very hard to piece together. But for people of faith, many may not subscribe to this. For people of faith, like Sheikh said, there are channels for healing, and there are things you must do for restitution. And then if you keep at it, there could be a glimmer of hope, but it will take time, it will take process, it will take dedication. And someone said to me that the woman is like an incubator. What you give to her, she'll take it in, multiply it, and give it back to you. If you give her sperm, she takes it in,
and gives you a child.
Multiply, and gives you a child.
Yeah.
Give her groceries, takes it in, multiply it, give you food. Give her a house, she takes it in, multiply it, and give you a home. But you give her trouble, she takes it in, multiply it, and gives you hell. So I feel that, and I get back to what I said before, for people of faith, there could be a glimmer of hope with intervention and supervision. For a man who may have betrayed the wife, she may be deeply hurt. God has helped women to be intensely forgiving. But there are processes for people of faith, because these days our urban youth do not access those channels. You do for me, I do for you.
Yes.
But there are, for people of hope, for people of faith, there's a glimmer of hope. But that comes with a high price, that you'll be on the path of straight and narrow. After a while, that glass could piece together. Not that she will forget, but there could be a chance, like Sheikh said, for the children. There are things that there are more things that will bind you together than will actually separate you. So you can be on that path of straight and narrow. I think there's a glimmer of hope.
Okay, thank you so very much, Mr. Andrew. I like what he said. He said there's a glimmer of hope. Okay.
Yes, like I believe you're a pastor.
No,
okay. There's a phrase I've been hearing from the Bible, which says, to be in the same house with a nagging wife is better for you to sleep on
top of the roof.
What can you explain about that one? So now you see, if you know your partner will lead you to jail. Because some women are like that. Before you say one, they take they say five. Yeah. And you would go outside, they come and they meet you where you are with your friend and jack you. What are you doing here? You this man, you can. So you will be angry and hit and so I think at some time it's better sometimes to just
separate. If it's
let's
toxic.
put at faith and anything.
Of course,
aside.
if it's toxic, there's no.
But people will always be blaming that because I say okay, in fact, she's very hardworking, industrious, everything. But one thing is that anytime you are coming home, you are thinking of the kind of house you are going. I don't think that kind of a relationship you.
Can I intervene?
Yes.
This is my point, and I keep saying my point. No one shoe size fits all.
Yeah.
My point is that you know, some of these things start from the very beginning.
Exactly, I've said it.
That is why we were talking about courtship.
Yes.
I said it.
Again, who do you listen to? I heard you at the other time you spoke that there are quality people. For instance, I'm the last of 5 children. I'm an amalgam of a lot of people. There are people I admire. My in-law is one of them. Both in-laws. I have 2 elder sisters. And I had a front row seat. I lost my dad quite early. So I may not have had a father figure to look at because I was quite young. He has passed from at least 35 years.
But your siblings gave you.
But I'm lucky and I'm blessed to have elder ones who mirrored what I like about marriage. I have mentors who, it's not that, like I said, I have a front row seat about it's not that they haven't had issues, my elder ones and their spouses. But I tend to pick, this I like. He comes back, he treats his wife well. That I like. I pick. That we don't have mentors. We don't have counselors, good counselors. I know you said some of those counselors are questionable. But if you see a good thing, you will know.
You will know. Okay, thank you. Thank you, King Faja, Mr. Andresi, and even Sheikh Khalid. Thank you for your messages. They are flying in because I know that this is an issue that touches many hearts. We said earlier, if you are not a keen and active participant, you are on the fringe. You are there. You've either had to come to make peace, or you have heard a story, or you have cried with a sister or a brother who has been going through torment. When couples get married, they tell them, don't let a third party come into your marriage and in settlement and in talking and in planning. But we're learning today from Mr. Andrew, from Sheikh, and also from King Faj that if that third party is one who has values, it may be integral to let them in from time to time. But we're going to NTA Abba. NTA Abba is talking about the marriage and the wedding. Are they the same? Are they planned differently? NTA Abba, you've been keen to walk into the discourse. Please tell us, what is happening with this topic?
This day forward, from this day forward, for better, for worse, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness, and in health.
Marriage is a commitment based on love, trust, and mutual respect, involving a shared life with responsibilities and potential for raising children.
Marriage is an understanding between 2 intentional adults who have agreed to live their lives together as husband and wife.
The Igbos believe that there is need for procreation, there is need for continuity, and there is need for my lineage not to go into extinction. Because of that, one thinks of getting married to a woman that will help in elongating the lineage.
These days, lavish wedding ceremony has become a norm, signaling a shift in what the tradition was back in the day. But then one begins to wonder if the amount of money spent on a wedding has anything to do with whether or not a marriage lasts.
They want the world to notice. They want the world to see that they have spent it. Just like, look at what happened recently. Davido, the kind of wedding he put on.
Mostly it has a very adverse effects, negative effects, especially where couples who are struggling, couples who are, struggling to build a family end up borrowing to show off. Then at the end of the show, you see that couples are now battling to pay debts, and at the end of the day, if not properly managed, can crash such marriage because already conflicts will set in.
Oftentimes, couples dwell in the euphoria of wedding ceremonies, thereby leaving the real essence of marriage, which hinges on love, trust, mutual respect, understanding, commitment, and forgiveness.
The real intent of marriage is for the man and the woman to live in peace, and the woman obeying the scriptural provision that a woman should honor
and respect her husband in everything, while the man also should love the wife in everything.
If it is built around the wealth, if it is built around the people I know, if it is built around my attainment in life, if it is built around my exposure in life, then it's built on things that are transits. They are not permanent.
You shouldn't look at what other persons have done, but look at where you are going to, because the future is more important than what you are seeing now. So please, don't mount pressures saying it is your day. You have so many things to celebrate. You don't just celebrate that wedding. You have your silver jubilee. Just like me, the next 5 years, I will celebrate mine. And if I have money more than what, I can perform more than what I did. Because when I did my own wedding as young couples, I didn't mount pressure. We decided to celebrate it with what we have. But today, we are 10 times more than what we were then.
Recently, I saw an invitation card where they were saying marriage between so person and so person. At the end of the day, underneath, they wrote with a red ink, no reception. I applauded the person because you are only going to waste your money. After wasting your money, you go home and cry. So there is no need doing an elaborate wedding when the finances is not there, when the finances are not there to support such an elaborate program.
Be it as it may, marriage is like cola nut. The way it sounds in the mouth does not necessarily determine its sweetness or otherwise. Thus, a successful marriage is a union between two imperfect people who refuse to give up on each other. It therefore behoves on intending couples to invest time and resources in building their home than organizing lavish weddings that is just for a moment.
Just said Jesus, so many messages. I mean, we appreciate you when you're sending your message. And in the studio here during the break, it is a conversation. The conversation never stops. And King Fight said something that just hit me. He said, during courtship, you're opening doors for her. You get married and then you go somewhere and then you face your way. You're not even open, and she's in the car shocked. You didn't open the car door for me. You have changed. So little things like that can mean a lot. Keep the energy you started with. Keep the energy. I'll come to you, Mr. Hussein. And I always like the beginning because if the foundation is right, and then the marriage is right. My aunt, who married a very rich man, told me a story of how he married him and that they could always do the wedding ceremony for reception. He said that day Muhammad Ali was boxing on TV. And the friends that came, that's what they used to entertaining them. She quickly went to the kitchen, boiled rice, and they ate and took some coke and some sodas. That was the whole reception. And of course, the man became an amazingly wealthy man. And I remember those stories used to be like, that's the story. I attempted telling the same story to some young Gen Z. I had not even gone far when they say, I beg and leave that story. Which kind of story be that? They lost interest. So our psychology, our expectations, are we changing?
Yes, I think we are.
Could
Unfortunately.
it be the reason why? Because that story used to be my go-to love story, and I was telling it to some group of young people, and they were not interested. So what's going on?
I agree. I think our social fabric is eroding, and our expectations are just out of the woods. Like I said when we were on break, that if you had seen me 12 years before now, you won't even, I won't marry me. You may see this. Beard gang.
Yeah, beard gang.
But you promised to show us your hair.
No, I think when we go, I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you. See me. I think my best man was even looking better than I did.
Oh my goodness. Wow. A woman believed in you.
Yes. One thing I told my wife then was that we started in a one-bedroom. We started in a one-bedroom. And I gave her my word, and I said, by God's grace, we are not, because fortunately she's in the car right now and she's listening to me. My wife saw money before I did. She was entrepreneurial. She sold things. In school, she bought gold and sold it. And so she tasted money before I did. I started working and started moving up. And so, my father was okay with our parents, at least the then middle class. So I told her and I gave her my word that we are not going to, I will work at it that every year we are not where we were by God's grace. But today, somebody will see this and want this, and not knowing that it has been a process. I didn't always have this beard. So it's a work in progress. Somebody had nurtured this. So you want the finished product. You don't want the work.
But that's the betrayal we're talking about. Some men, they become this, and all of a sudden, they go for that, and leave the person that nurtured to this point. That is the betrayal a lot of women are facing.
And that's where we come back.
They've allowed the sheikh to step in a little
bit. Yes, to the point of faith.
Yes.
So let me just allow that.
Sheikh, please step in about the faith. Where is the role of faith? Where is the role of women wanting to say, I don't mind soiling my hands a little bit if I believe, or when I believe in the person I'm in union with?
Well, I think our role as men of God is to align, make the couples to align, especially at the beginning when there is counseling. We have to invite them to know one another, especially know what are the habits and the attitudes of your mate, your couple. You want to marry him. Okay, now, do you know his attitude? Because you cannot change somebody's attitude.
True, absolutely.
Therefore, you have to know it so that you understand that I can cope with this attitude. If not, there will be problem. Now, after the marriage, during the reconciliation process, you ask question about whether trust can be rebuilt.
Yes.
One thing about trust, you have to rebuild it yourself, not the other person. He now lost trust in you. Okay, how will you do to regain the trust? You first of all confess that yes, I was wrong, and I want to change. You make a promise that you will change, and therefore he will forgive you. But don't expect somebody to mistrust you, to lose trust in you, and now you, without changing yourself, to think that he will just forgive you and let's go like that. It is important to confess that yes, I was wrong. Another thing that we have to tell couples about is, look, there is the need for appreciation. For me to continue what I'm doing to you, you have to appreciate what I'm doing. Some are not like that. Some women don't appreciate whatever the husband do. And some men don't appreciate their women. Look at this word. It's very simple. Thank you. It's very simple, but we don't say it in our homes. Your woman will arrange the table, everything, the food is there. Okay. You start eating without saying, thank you, Kai, you did well. You don't appreciate her. Kai, what kind of, how did you learn to cook this thing? She will feel good that my man is appreciating me, and she will try tomorrow to hear that word again from you. And you have to thank her, appreciate her.
Okay.
And she has to also thank you
even buy gifts.
And appreciate
Some
you.
Gifts. Gifts and you won't go and miss.
Yes, of
a
course.
Nice gold chain, a nice gold bracelet.
Some Lamborghini.
You see, some people now, to most men, you often hear women say he's not romantic. And to men are not thinking about that. It's not only the good character, ethics of this way. You are rich, you take care of her, you tell her thank you, you lie down for her. But how about the romantic aspect?
Okay.
In those days, the past 20, 10 years, 15 years, in churches, you hardly see they preach about be romantic with your wife. But nowadays, I'm surprised you go to church. It's the pastors now who advise the men and women to be romantic. Hold your wife well. Show her anything you think another person can do. You can do it with your own wife.
Okay.
But some men, because of a religion, are strict. Just like you say that they say no. Let us not go. The woman will say, "I like this kind of this one." You say, "No, this one is for the world." So we must keep that place. The romantic aspect.
Thank you so much, King Faj, for bringing that aspect. We must keep our relationship fresh. As simple as saying thank you. This is a wonderful meal. And also appreciating your husband when he sends that money. Thank you, my husband. I got there a lot. Let's not take it for granted. Because a lot of relationships now, what we do is his duty to provide. It's our duty to cook. No. Let's keep appreciating one another. Now let us digress a bit. It's time for Sports Jets with football bankers. And Matthew Akugbe will be taking us through that.
Yes, the excitement continues today across the major leagues in Europe. It's all about the English Premier League. We saw match day 1 last week, and this time around it is match day 2, just like yesterday. The guys are back in the studio, and after this break, we'll sail proper.
When it's bright and early, get your breakfast right. You need all the nutrients that will hold you tight. Stay in power, you find it all in Peak. Every move you make, Peak's got you all the way. And the Peak goes on.
Power on every morning with a Peak breakfast to make the most of every day. Peak. Reach for your peak.
And it's time to talk the English Premier League. Plenty of excitement awaits today. Remember, the action is already on as we speak. We saw several games last week, and fixtures are also going down this weekend. We'll be looking at Fulham up against Man United. I won't allow Farouk to speak on Man United. Bolu, your thoughts?
Farouk, Man U. Well, it's a good opportunity for them to bounce back. It's just going to be difficult because the Craven Cottage is not a place you can just walk into. Even match the one that Fulham thought they were losing, they still found a way to recover, scoring a very, very late equalizer in that game. So they would want to win their first match at home. Man United want to pick up their first victory of the season. I don't think it's happening this weekend at Craven Cottage. Probably a draw. Again, as much as we can criticize them, I think they played well to our next leg against Arsenal. But one thing people should remember, first leg against Arsenal last season when they lost to me, Man United played well. And they also played 1-0 draw against Arsenal in second leg. So United's problem is not how they play against big teams. It's how they play against teams like Fulham, Brentford, and the like. So this one, let's see how it will happen. But I think the best they can get is probably a draw. I believe Fulham will not lose at home.
Farouk, Newcastle up against Liverpool?
A troubled club. And there's a little between them. And I'm actually eager to see what's going to happen in that game. Newcastle have had issues with their striker, Isak, while Liverpool also won their first game of the season, 4-2. New boys settling in quite well, likes of Ekitike, Frimpong, and many of them are doing quite well. I still have question mark on Florian. This is the Premier League, not the Bundesliga, but I think Newcastle will have to make a lot of presence because their camp is totally in disarray. With what happened over the midweek, where the club and the player was going against each other, has already taken the headline. But I still feel football will be played. Salah wants to consolidate on the award he won during the midweek as the best player again for the third time in his career. And I also think that Newcastle, I've not seen Newcastle I saw last season. Their first match was a bit,
sketchy.
Yeah, and I think they would bounce back this weekend. Hopefully, they can let Liverpool know that with or without Isak, we are still a formidable club. This is the time to let them know, beat them silly and get the player out. But in the end, I feel that it's going to be both teams to score in this match because Liverpool always concede the score and Newcastle also score at home. So if you're going to stick on it, there's both sides to score.
Side of the show for this week. I will see you next week with another interesting package, and over to Patience and Tema for the rest of the show.
You know, I caught my woman messing around town. Yes, I did a shutdown. Please, Imam, forgive me, I have to do that. Now you say hard body feeling. I've got the feeling. Woo! Hold on. I got a feeling.
Woo! Western.
I got a feeling. Nigeria will be better. Oh,
yes. I got a feeling.
This marriage will stay.
It will stay, yeah.
I got a feeling.
Nigeria will be better.
That's right.
Woo.
I got a feeling.
Everything will be okay in Nigeria.
Oh, yeah. That's right. I got a feeling.
Renew hope.
That's right, baby. I got a feeling. That's right. That's right. Give it up for the prolific virtuoso.
You like that one?
Yes.
Okay.
Nigeria is going to be
Yes,
okay.
yes, that's great. Because we do know that in some of these marriages, it's life that's happening to them.
Yes.
Where the conditions better, like Mr. Bello shared, and a few others will also share now. Perhaps patience would have been more if there was provision, and maybe they'd have handled things differently. But they're coming in. Let's hear what our viewers are saying, because they are watching us online and also on the terrestrial television. Okay, Amarachi from Abia State says, good morning, my madams and the gentlemen in the studio. How does one handle a situation when your husband refuses to listen to marriage talks, seminars like this one? Once he realizes that someone is there to talk about marriage, he just walks out on us. And this has been happening for a long time. There's no room to learn or to grow, and it's so painful. I'm Amarachi from Abia State. Let me take a few more. Women's gender right issue is the greatest problem after economic challenges in Nigeria. Women want to recreate the world from the way that God made us. God said complement each other. The man is at the head. You are below the man. Women want to rewrite it. Good morning, brothers and sisters. I'm Obina from Owerri. These are guests we will share so we can get, you can posit us in the right place, okay? Good morning, great analysts in the studio. Please talk a little about conflict resolution. Badge, which is us from Uyo. I fell in love and I got married. I had 3 children, 3 beautiful children, but I lost my job and I spent 4 years unemployed. She got tired, rented an apartment and packed out with my children. I'm still going through trauma as we speak. Richard, which is us from Lagos. That's Las Giddy. Good people, great nation. My own husband is a useless man for me.
Hey, whoa.
I married him with nothing, with his family, and I believed we could work things out successfully. But unfortunately, this man behaves like an animal. Who is writing all? These are strong words. I converted. I became a Muslim because of him. He beats me.
Oh,
He
no.
bullies me. So I decided to stand on my feet. I've left the marriage. I'm planning to go and take my children. They are still there with him. I don't want to bother with him as a father again, ever. I've packed my bags and I'm gone. They're like, let me just take one more. There are more than 50 that came in. Let me just take the last one. One of the primary challenges in marriage is the lack of knowledge. Another challenge in a marriage is shift in character towards one partner, especially with regard to responsibilities. With some men, when they get more money, they begin to do less. They begin to treat their partner differently. They become less romantic. Our friend in the studio mentioned it. They become less tolerant. They forget how we built together. They become arrogant. They become egotistical. They change. They treat the women sometimes like a stranger. I appreciate all the comments your guests have made. It has been very insightful and detailed. I'm Dr. MBF. He didn't tell us who he was. There are a myriad of messages, and most of the time we are here because Nigerians will benefit from our conversation. But can we address a few of these things quickly? Perhaps one from him before we go to Ibadan.
Okay.
A comment.
I think it's important to consider the comments. They are very important. Someone talked about shift in character. This is unpredictable. You can't predict that someone could change because he acquire a lot of money today. Therefore, he now start bullying his wife, and another person talked about she converted to Islam because of the husband, and now he started beating her, attacking her emotion and bullying her. Well, I think we have to reconsider, why should you change your culture or belief because of someone?
Wow.
You're supposed not to accept religion because of somebody. It is a matter of conviction.
Yes,
You have to have it from your mind that this is the way to salvation, and that is why I'm choosing this religion. Marriage is something different. You can hold on to your faith or your culture despite the fact that you know this man will treat you good. If after becoming his wife you reconsider and be convinced that yes, this way he is following is the way to salvation, is the way to heaven, then you follow him. But just because you want to marry somebody, you sacrifice your faith and change your faith because of him. Now, if you find something different in him, you must go back. That was the mistake. Now, what is the way out? The way out is always the way inward. When you think something good in your mind, believe in it and do it the right way. Another thing we have not discussed is sincerity in marriage. Are you sincere to your partner? You can't be sincere to somebody whom you don't even understand. You can't be romantic to somebody who you don't even believe in. You have to believe in her, that she's going to be a mother to you first before your children. And you have to believe in him, that he's going to be your father before a father to your children. You left your parents because you believe that this man is going to be a parent to me. And you left your mother because you believe that this wife could be a good mother to you. She cannot give you the motherhood of your own mother, your biological mother, but she can give you that advice. A woman that cannot advise her husband is not a mother. and cannot be a mother to his children. If a man that cannot advise his wife cannot be her father, and he cannot be a father to her children. So the bottom line is you are going to build a family. When building a family, you have to know that you need somebody who will, at the last quarter of life, will be supportive to you. Not somebody that will ignore you when you need him the most. The more you stay with a husband, the more you need him more. And the more you stay with a wife, the more you need her. And you can't do that without tolerance, without forgiveness, without sincerity, and without reconciliation when there is conflict. Conflict is life. But don't attack her emotion. Physical attack is less than emotional attack. So we stop attacking the emotion of our partners.
Hi, God bless you, sir. That was amazing. That was deep. Before you react, would go to NTA Ibadan. They are looking at why modern marriages crumble. The number of divorces are rising. Why is this so? NTA Ibadan, tell us.
Marriage is a beautiful thing that exists between a man and a woman that decides to come together as a family with legal, social, and family recognition. The family is the smallest microcosm of any society. As beautiful as marriage is, the modern marriage seems to crumble easily compared to our forefathers that have successful marriages even while practicing polygamy. The pressure to provide for the family, incompatibility, rushed marriage decisions are some of the attendant challenges bedeviling modern-day marriages. Some respondents share their views.
This generation lack trust. We don't have trust in each other. And you see, if you say you love God, and you did not love the person closer to you, starting from your wife, your children, your husband, your father, your mother, and the neighborhood. If you did not love them, how will you love God that you did not see?
You are transferred to somewhere, using 3 months there, 4 months there, your wife is at home. No matter what, whenever the nature requests for it, he will now go to somebody that she's supposed not to go to.
Though marriage are viewed as sacred in our society, a major issue that often leads to divorce or separation that are often sanctioned by families is physical abuse, which many a times leads to deformity or, in some severe cases, loss of lives. A respondent who experienced dissolution of marriage shared our emotional experience.
He was saying things that were really, really hurting, and then he started hitting me. The physical abuse stepped in. It was really too much for me to handle, the psychological trauma, even the injuries on my body, going to the hospital to pay for bills because I'm treating myself because my husband is beating me. It was just too much to handle. And I just had to, opt out and, save my life, save my mental states, and, save my child, because who knows, one day it might probably happen to my child too.
How then can divorce be stemmed in our society?
People should seek for counseling before going into marriage. But let me tell you, what is troubling the world right now is people get married before they get married. You see, in most of our institution, higher institution, some of our so-called children, many of them are living couples' life at the school.
I will now appeal to every religious leaders to please find time to counseling our people. Let's tell them what God says.
Respondents said proper counseling, compatibility, respect, and exercise of patience with prayer are solid foundation that can make modern-day marriage thrive.
NTA Badon, that was very in-depth, and thank you for lending your voice to this very important discussion here. We just saw somebody lifting a belt to whip somebody. Wow. Where does that come from? Well,
no violence, please.
Somebody says here, you know, she didn't even give us her name. She said, or his name, I have a lot to say. I'm just dying inside.
Ooh.
I have too much to say. And he goes on to say, let me just keep watching. The burden I'm carrying is too much. Yeah. I can't say all now, but let me just keep watching. So they are watching and they are learning, and we thank you so much. Someone says, good morning, everyone in the studio. Men are hard on us. Men are hard on us. Some men cheat, they will still beat you, and they'll be counting, this is 20 years married, why do you want to leave? I'm staying in that marriage because I have 2 children. I don't want to leave them. Someone says, I'm okay with the woman God has blessed me with. I'm so happy in my marriage.
Aww.
Peter Musa from Taraba. Wow. What an inspiration. Darlington from Enugu says, my wife is so loving and caring. Aww. So respectful too. I hope she's happy with me. Oh, I'm doing my best. Darlington from Enugu. Oh, wonderful. Okay. Good morning, NTA. I'm Precious from Auchi. You guys are doing well.
Thank you.
Thank you, Precious. Hello, everyone. Thank you for this all-important topic. I will take the last one. Someone say, how can you know when a man is serious? They say one thing before marriage, they say something afterwards. Well, my producer said I should rest it here. Is it time to invite the papers, or do we get one or two words from our guests? Yes, let our guests say something before we say thank you.
Okay. My closing words or parting words are that marriage is a progress. Yes. It's a progress to an El Dorado. And you, like he said when I came into the studio, that it's the only institution you get a certificate before the real work starts. So you keep working at it. There will be stumbles, there will be trials. Read good books, listen to good people, and most importantly, treat others the way you'd want yourself to be treated.
Absolutely.
I think that is at the basis. Trust God and treat each other as you'd want to be treated. To treat you. That's my submission.
Nice.
I think I will submit that in marriage, for it to be a success, you have to give more than you take.
I
give
agree.
More than you take.
I agree totally.
Yeah.
So be selfless.
Yes, to be selfless. If you, because the problem we are having, some consider marriage to be sex affair. That you want to have sex with her. That's all.
Period.
When you are satisfied, when that ego is gone, that is all. No, you have to be given. It is something that you give and expect nothing in return. Because in love, you don't punish.
Oh my goodness.
And you don't gain.
This is amazing.
You don't expect any profit. You just sacrifice. That is a true love. And when the two are like that, you build a home.
Yes.
Because the other person is sacrificing and the other person is sacrificing. Now you have plus. Always you have plus. You don't have minuses. Although there will be problem, but know how to solve it. And the best way in solving problem is tolerance and forgiveness. There must be conflict. I said it. Conflict is life, but don't go into violence, conflict.
Yes, don't go into violence, sacrifice for each other. Somebody, Wisely is going to be walking in with the papers. Okay, okay. We'll take
I want to thank you, Sheikh Khalid and Mr. Isaiah, for coming on Weekend Deal today and nourishing our conversation. Well done.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It is time for Sports Summit.
There is a cash award of the Naira equivalent of 100,000 US dollars each.
A reward that shocked even the athletes and, of course, the officials Then someone decided to go on social media to say what is not true. Just a harmless interview with the captain of the side, Rasheedat Ajibade, saying, "We have not been paid." That's all she said. So many meanings have been read into all of this. The reason we decided to speak with the spokesperson, Nigerian Football Federation, Dr. Ademola Olajire, on this edition of Sports Summit on Weekend D to clarify issues. My name is Godwin Enakena. We'll take a break. I will be back in a jiffy. Welcome back. We are going to Abuja. That's where Dr. Ademola Olajire is. He speaks for Nigerian football. Good morning to you, Demola. Thank you for joining us on this edition of Sports Summit on Weekend Deal.
I'd like to say a very big thank you. I'd like to appreciate you and recognize the efforts you're making to improve Nigerian football. Thank you. God bless you.
I say thank you also, Demola Olajire, for the good job you're doing for Nigerian football. Now, is it true that Rasheedat Ajibade is going to be punished by Nigerian Football Federation for saying, well, we haven't received the money that their president promised us?
Yeah, it's amazing. When I first read about it, there was nothing like that. The Nigerian Football Federation never issued any statement saying that Rasheedat Ajibade or any member of the Super Falcons has been banned. It's a very horrendous statement for anybody to claim that the NFL said anything like that. NFL had not, did not even contemplate anything like that because Rasheedat is our captain and we treasure her.
Wow, Demola, okay. I want to believe you also heard this or you read it on social media that the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Asiwaju Ahmed Bola Tinubu, has ordered the immediate arrest of the NFL president, Ibrahim Gusso, because the money meant for these girls given to him, he refused to pay that money. Is this also true?
Thank you very much for this opportunity. At no time was the president of the NFF, Alhaji Ibrahim Gusso MON, invited by the EFCC to clarify any issue on match bonuses or the Super Falcons or the presidential reward.
And finally, Demola Olajire, is it also true that the Super Falcons players have not received their bonuses?
I can confirm, just like the DG of the National Sports Commission said, the players were paid their match bonuses and allowances before the final match of the Women Africa Cup of Nations against the host nation Morocco on the 26th of July. They were paid all the match bonuses and the allowances.
Wow. Dr. Ademola Olajire is a spokesperson, Nigerian Football Federation, speaking to us this morning. Demola, thank you so much for the clarification.
I appreciate you, for your efforts, at giving balanced, position on every matter in football and in sports. Thank you.
Well, you now know that the gas monies are being processed. They have to go through Central Bank, and these monies will be paid directly to these girls and not through Nigerian Football Federation. The NFL president has not been arrested, was never arrested. My name is Godwin Enakena. It's Sports Summit on Weekend Deal. Don't forget to keep praying for Nigeria. God bless Nigeria.
Thank you very much, Godwin. Thelma, Patience, and our guests in the studio. Our guests have exited, but we thank you for appreciating their contribution. I'm 45, living in Abuja. I dated a man for 15 years while I was in school till I graduated and served. He had had a broken marriage with 3 daughters before then, but still I loved him. He was telling me lies. He told me he would change. I believed in him. He never changed. He's still lying. He was desperate to marry and he just lied to me. Today he's maltreating me and the 2 children I have for him, and he's refusing that I should ever leave him. I treat all his children the same. It's a long message, but we thank you for sending it in. It's like she unburdened herself here. It's quite a lot. Not all the language I should be repeating here, but we thank you for reaching out to us, and we pray, that you got some counseling from our guests. Okay, please just take it easy. All will be well. Sule.
Thank you very much, Thelma. Patience, is good to be here. And one thing I can just say very quickly is the fact that perhaps this should have a second look again, because from all the messages, it appears that a lot of people are going through a lot. So if we can, because this for me is therapeutic.
Yes, therapeutic. Yes.
Well, let's get to the papers this morning. We're starting with Leadership Sunday. Past experiences raise concern over timely delivery of federal government's gift to Falcons D Tigers. Details of that are on page 31. And now the leading story, Obasanjo is on the attack again. As presidency keeps mum, Garba Shehu explains why Obasanjo detested late president. Details of that are on page 4. Now we're crossing over to Sunday Sun. Okay, 2027, Tinubu will win even if opponent's dad is INEC chairman. Who is making this bold statement? Ajibola Bashiru, APC National Secretary. By-election results have shown North is with APC coalition elements confused, should be charged for impersonating ADC leaders. Details of that can be found on pages 20 and 21. Now to Sunday Vanguard. Okay, bombshell over by-election results in 12 states as hitches trigger agitation on next INEC chairman. Observers, IRA failed to achieve 100% upload of results 72 hours after poll, thus putting a question mark on exercise integrity. Monitors set criteria for the appointment of Yakubu's successor. PDP governors allege over militarization of by-election won against sabotage of November convention. Details of that can be found on page 5. Now, an interesting read inside the Sunday Vanguard is a huge celebration there of the 4th coronation anniversary of Ogiame Atuashe III. Of course, he made a lot of revelation in this interview. I'm sure if you pick up a copy of Sunday Vanguard, you will have a good read. Now to The Nation, just above the masthead, alleged multi-million-dollar fraud. Atiku's in-law feigned medical emergency. Suspect accused of acting as drain pipe for top NNPC officials. A risk seizure of private jets. Now to the leading story, 2027 governors empower game to pick successors. Sule Alia Fentry Abdurazak keep cards close to chest. Anxiety in states as aspirants intensify consultations. Now to the sport paper we have this morning. All right, Boniface's Milan move threatened. Rosaneri worried about Nigeria's injury record. Serie A side subjecting striker to unusual test despite agreeing personal terms with him. You know, yesterday we reported that a deal is being, factor for the Boniface, and of course the Milan, raising questions again. Okay. So let's see how that turns out. Now,
but you didn't say a word about Osimhen.
Let's just listen to Fudge.
Take it away.
Let's listen to King Fudge.
In fact, let's play for Osimhen, one of Nigeria's greatest footballers. You to be mine. Hey. I want you to be mine. I want you by my side to be my girl.